Moving on to success then. So what does success look like for you now, and has that changed over the years?
I think it's definitely changed. I think for me, success is being true to myself. When I make a decision, when I do something, when I put myself forward, the success is that I'm doing what's right for me, and I'm not listening to or paying less attention to the internal chit chat that says, you're not good enough, and all the things that I used to listen to. And being able to be that, I think, is my success. And then anything else around it, I'm not driven by sort of financial success, even though obviously it's great when you're doing well. But for me, it's the being able to be that true self and make good decisions and know that I'm doing something that's right for me. And then I also get success when someone else has success.
Yeah, you get second-hand success.
I do,
as
yeah.
well.
For me, when somebody else is, like I said before, rings up and says, this has happened, and they're really pleased with themselves, and they're noticing that they've done this thing, then to me that's like a big...
Yeah. And how's that different to when you were young, do you think?
I think when I was younger, I look back, I think, I was so lost. On the outside, I look very chatty and confident, and on the inside it was a whole different story. I think success, I was looking for external reassurance, external love, external pointers that would validate my success, but actually it's internal.
Yeah.
And I think realising that it's nice when someone says well done. I mean, yesterday I got a business award, a UK business award, which I'm absolutely blown away by.
Well done.
So external validation, but actually the power of that comes from knowing, do you know what? Yeah, I have worked hard for that.
Yeah.
And I do deserve it. And I think that then. The other is brilliant because it comes external and people are really pleased for you, but it's lost if you don't believe it.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing for you to actually go take that award and go, yeah, I really deserve this. It's actually really powerful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Instead of just going, oh, well, somebody, I've just, you could really brush it off.
People do.
Yeah.
And I think when you're doing the brushing off, when you've got other people saying well done, you'll push that away too. Because what you're believing doesn't fit with what they're saying. So actually, when I look on my socials, because I put it out there yesterday because I was totally surprised, and what's coming in, I can accept it.
Yeah.
Because I'm aligned to what they're saying.
Yeah.
And that's where reward or comments, compliments, often you can tell if you're not feeling internally confident if you find compliments difficult. Because the reason why you don't like it is because it's not aligning to you.
Yeah.
So if you don't think your hair looks nice, and someone says, "Oh, your hair looks nice," you'll say, "Oh no, it needs cutting or it needs washing or whatever," because you don't see that.
Yeah.
So when you are able to, when somebody gives you a compliment and you're able to say, "Thank you, I genuinely appreciate that," that means that whatever it is that they're complimenting on, you're aligned to. You're feeling that too. So sometimes success comes from even noticing when someone else says, "That's amazing," you say, "I know, thanks."
Yeah.
And we don't do it.
No.
We do not do it. Women are terrible for it. If someone says they like your dress, it's,
From Primark, £10,
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Say, "Oh, it's only from Asda."
Yeah.
No, just say thank you, because from a brain perspective, you get a buzz.
Yeah.
If you're able to accept that. But I think having that relationship for yourself around your success, whatever that might look like, I think really helps you see when you're able to say thank you for that, noticing that, it might be your partner says something nice, have it, try and work with it, try and feel comfortable with it, and then eventually you'll be like, yeah. Because if I look back to my former self and think that I was going to get a National Executive Coach of the Year award, oh my god, I would never have even dreamed of getting something like that at all. And what I like about this award is it's very genuine in that the company they do all the research, the judges have read. I mean, the guy yesterday when he told me I'd won, told me all of the things that they've seen. They've been following me.
Right. So
The judges have
yeah.
seen, they were telling me about that, this, he listed all these things, and they're not all in one place, so he's not just reading off. He had bits from social media, he had bits from this, bits from that. And he said, the judges noticed that you've this. I was like, wow.
So it's, it's validated.
It feels even more like, okay, because they've looked at me over the last year or so, and they were able to tell me why the judges have picked me and what it is that's made the difference with why I've been picked compared to probably other people that they're looking at. So so that makes it, for me, that's the bit that blows me away, is that I've genuinely, and it's like, me, and I could say, little old me, and it's like, well, actually, no, I've been doing this for a long time.
Put the graft in.
I have put the graft in, and I'm like, thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I love that. That's actually quite blown my mind as a piece of wisdom to end on, in terms of how you receive a compliment is a good indicator of where you are in your own alignment.
Yep.
And I think that's a real gem. So thank you for that.
Lovely.
So our final question we always ask is, what would your younger self say if they could see you now? So what would young, unconfident Alison say if you could see you walking up and receiving that award?
I know. Wow, I think she would. I think she'd say, I think she would be like, we always I think I always knew that it wasn't quite right. I think my younger self would say, you know what? Yeah, we knew that you could, and yet I was just clouded with all of this doubt and all of this uncertainty, and I wasn't encouraged, I was criticised. So there's no wonder I did kind of end up like I did for a long time. But just to be able to be like, you know what, and I believe that for everyone.
Yeah.
That's not my unique story. I do believe that we have all got an amazing purpose and an amazing gift to give to the world, and the more that we have people who are doing that, the better the world becomes, when everybody is doing their contribution, their special gift. And that's a journey to find that. But I think, if we were all doing that, that means we would all be much happier, we'd all be more content, and the ripple effect, then it would be just magic.
Yeah, we'd definitely live in a much better world,
wouldn't we?
Yeah, I love that. So perfect way to end. Thank you for that. So can you tell us where people can find you, and also to perhaps tell us about your books quickly as well?
Yeah, of course. So my website is www.2-minds.co.uk, and I guess everything's on there. So obviously I've got all the socials, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. I do have a podcast as well that I've done 50 episodes, which is called Mental Wealth, the podcast to invest in your mind.
Great name, I like that.
And I've also got 2 books. They are self-help books. They are a journey. They are my journey, not written in my journey way. So they are a self-help book, but they very much help us understand ourselves. So the first one is called A Path Travelled, How to Make Sense of Your Life. And that takes you on a journey to understand this piece of kit, how the past will affect us, and how we can then, and what we would expect to see. So the people pleasing and the fear of rejection, all the things that we all do. I like to explain the relationship we have with the way that we're wired, and then you, because that combination is your day-to-day experience. So some of it's just the way we're wired, let's understand that, and some of it's because of what's happened to you, and when we understand that, we can make it. And then I also wrote a second book about relationships, so the highs and lows of relationships, how to get out of a bad one, the traps of new love, dysfunctional relationships, and how to have a better relationship. But to be honest, that book, just like the other one, a good relationship comes from having a good relationship with yourself. Always.
Yeah. Spot on. I love that.